Alright, so it's now time that we merge together the data from different files into one Excel file without even opening these files. So you can see in this case I have these 12 files, each month's file for 2018. So April, August, December, February. One thing I would like you to notice is that the data is in a standard form. So you can see that we only have around 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns, and these are the same 6 columns in each month, like starting with transaction date and then month, the product ID, customer ID, store ID, and quantity. So all of these files have the same columns, and definitely the data is different because data is for each month separately. Alright, so what I have to do, I will open a new Excel file, and you can see that this is just a new Excel file. I haven't even saved it as yet. And now to fetch all of the data from different files, what I will do is that I will click on data here, and I will say new query from file, and I will say from folder. So if you only have to fetch data from one Excel file, you will click here from workbook, and if your file is CSV blah blah, you can do that accordingly. In my case, I have a complete folder. I have 12 files, so I will click here on the folder. Okay, so it is a bit slow, and now Excel is asking me to select the folder. It is asking me the path where the folder is, so I will go to my desktop, and on desktop I have this sales by month folder, and I will click OK. And you can see that I have given the path to my Excel, and I will click OK now. And it will take some time because that was quite a lot of data. So you can see that all the files have been picked by my Excel, and now you can do multiple things. You can load, you can transform data. With transform, you will have a separate window where you can make alterations in the data. That is the Power Query data transformation. I will be discussing that separately in a separate lecture. Right now we are only talking about the compilation of data. So I will click here on combine, and I will say combine and load. So Excel will combine the data from all of those files, and it will give me here. And you can see that Excel is asking me to select for each file. Excel is asking me that which sheet do you want to select. So in one Excel file you can have multiple worksheets. So I will just select, in my data I was only having one worksheet, so I will say select data, and it is basically a sampling based on the first file. I can make my sample based on the first file or any file. So I'm saying that on the first file, the first sheet is data, and I'm expecting you to pick the same file from the same sheet from each Excel file, and I will click on OK. And by the way, my Excel files only have one sheet, so it doesn't really bother me. I will click OK now, and give Excel some time. It will bring in the results. Okay, so it is still working. You can see here. Okay, so it is 6,837 rows have been uploaded, and it is giving me some information here. Just a minute, this is something new for me. A view in worksheet. Okay, I will just ignore it for now. And perfect. So that is all. You can see that I have all of my data available. So if I can just press Control and down arrow, you can see that I have now in my September data. So I will just sort the data to see if I have all the months. So I will just select all the data. I will say please sort it based on the transaction date, and I will say oldest to newest. And you can see that my data is starting from January, and it is moving onwards toward the December. So I should have the 12 months data. So I will quickly check it against my master file. So I already have this data available in another Excel file. So this is basically the file. Basically I have broken data from this file into the multiple files. So you can see that I have total of 86,838 records, 86,838. And if I can just count this column here, because this is the quantity column, if I can just select here and check the quantity, you can see that the quantity here, the count here is 86,838. 837, that is basically again the same thing, and the sum of that is 266,733, 2,66,733. So what I need to check, I need to check the sum 266,773, and I just need to check the total records, that is 86,838. So let us go back to our file, and you can see I have 86,838 records here, and if I can sum all of them in the quantity column, you can see that is 266,773. So I have just checked my data. So basically I have confirmed that all my data in the Excel file has been fetched from the 12 Excel files, and everything is all right. So this basically, this whole thing, the fetching data this way, is called Power Query, and this is one of the most powerful tools in Microsoft Excel that you can really do a lot of things with. You can do a lot of data transformation with Power Query, but that will be discussed separately in another lecture.